Hey guys, this is Shannon. I have not done a day in the life video in so long. This might end up being a weekend in the life. It is Saturday, mid-afternoon actually right now, probably like 2:15, 2:30, something like that. And I had filmed just a few clips this morning and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take those clips and put them together into a video and just kind of show you guys some stuff that's going on around here on the property. Chris and I got up this morning. He did a bunch of bricks before I even got out there. I heard the tractor going and thought, what is he doing? And he decided to go ahead and start moving some brick piles, and that will be in this video. And then we have new baby chicks hatching as we speak, and that will be in the video. I'll show you guys around our chicken area, the chicken run again. And we have a bunch of teenagers and some older girls. We have all different age chickens going on out there right now, and we're extending our tunnel over the coop, tilling the garden. We have the smoker going right now and have ribs. We're making a meal to take over to his dad's house tonight. As you can see, we are still in the camper. House is still under construction and it is just not company ready. We had new tile done on the kitchen floor yesterday, and things are just, you know, in disarray in the house. So one bathroom's completely ripped out and stuff. So we're just not company ready. So Chris and I are super comfortable here in the camper now that the kids are no longer at home. So we are empty nesters, and it's not a bad thing. We miss the kids sometimes, but they are here just about every week for a visit. So, and we talk to them every day. So we're good. And we have our little pups always around keeping us busy. So I'll be cooking a bunch of side dishes to go along with Chris's ribs that are on the smoker, ribs and chicken wings. And I thought I'd just show you guys some of what I'll be cooking today and a few things that is going on in our life. So we haven't done these videos in a long time, so I hope you guys enjoy. Thought I would share a little bit of what has been going on with the chickens and the chicken coops and all the babies that we decided to go ahead and let the moms be broody and hatch. So we have a pretty big area for them to go. All of this is fenced for the chickens. This is one pen where I'm kind of putting my grow outs, my teenagers in, I guess you would call it. And the babies are in another brooder, and then the big chickens are all in the big coop with a run attached, and they all get let out every day. So right now the garden is empty. We're going to be setting it up with some tarps and water lines and stuff, but we just haven't been able to do that yet. So this is one of the broody grow out pens, and then the run with the coop and Chris on the tractor. But right now the chickens, I have the fences set so that they can all get into the garden side also, and Chris had recently tilled, and they enjoy going over there and digging for bugs. And yes, I am using a truck topper for dry storage. It works really well. It's an old truck topper and it's just sitting on top of the coop, and anything I want to keep stored away gets tossed in there and it stays dry. Oh, some of these hens are so mean. Like that one right there. Mama looked extra fluffy this morning and annoyed, so I picked her up. And we have a new baby. Come on. There we go. How cute. We had gotten these pallets over a year ago, probably closer to 2, thinking we were going to be putting all these bricks down ASCP, and then Chris has had health issues, and so the pallets are collapsing under the weight of the bricks. They're just rotting. So yeah, the pallets are collapsing, so we have been looking on Marketplace for these plastic pallets and picking them up when we can find them for a decent price, so that we can move the stacks of pallets and get rid of this eyesore. Chris had purchased that as just a parts camper. There were lots of things in it. It was ruined, but he wanted to get things out of it. So we are getting rid of that. Someone's going to turn it into like a flatbed trailer for heavy equipment. But we need to get all of this stuff moved before we can get rid of that eyesore out of here. So that is what we're working on today. Our plan is to extend our tunnel, I think 3 more panels. So the grow out pen is completely covered, and then eventually move the small pen over right here. After we do some extra construction on it, it needs to be beefed up a little bit, and do a second arch over that. So everything will be undercover out here. I'd come check on Mama and see how many babies we have. Macy has to come check it out along with everybody else. And what do we have? Any new ones? Nope. Okay guys, I apologize for the AC if I did not mention it earlier in the video. It is like 90 something outside. It is hot. The camper AC is loud. So it will be on probably most of the time. There's not much I can do about it. So it's just, hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you what I have to be making for this weekend. Now, Chris and I have been doing keto low carb for a while. We're both losing weight, doing well, but when family's in town, that just kind of goes out the window. We are just eating happy food. And when company goes home, we'll be back on track again. So I'm just gonna flip it around and show you what we have. All right, so one of the things that I'm gonna make, I have some Red Bliss potatoes here. I'm gonna be quartering these, throwing them in some olive oil. I have my oils and stuff. I know this is not ideal, but we're dealing with the space we have and everything is easily accessible. I will be putting a towel over this when I'm cooking, because I can tell you from experience, it is truly a horrible thing when you crack an egg, it misses the bowl, it misses the glass, it misses the metal drip pan under here and goes under the stove. That's super fun. So I have learned my lesson, and I put a towel over the whole thing when I am working on the stove. So red bliss potatoes, these guys are gonna get scrubbed, cleaned, seasoned up, and I'm gonna roast these in the oven. And I think I might chop up an onion with them just to give them some flavor. Like I said, we have been doing low carb, so there's not much in the way of like grapes and stuff in our house. This is the stuff we've been snacking on. We have beef jerky, we have some sweet potatoes, and then we have like keto stuff and apples. I'm still apples, pears, lemons, that kind of thing. So always lots and lots of eggs. So not too much of that. I don't want to tempt us with having a ton of fruits that are not lower in carb and higher in fiber. So grapes, I just picked up 2 small containers of grapes. And these were, I guess, like $2.18 a pound, $2.28 a pound, something like that, which is really good for our area. So, excuse my nails. I was doing bricks and ripped one of the suckers right off. So, I'm gonna be doing, I have some strawberries in the fridge. So I have grapes, strawberries, blueberries, and I have a watermelon sitting here. So I'm gonna cut that up and make a fruit salad. I don't know if I'm gonna add the watermelon in with the strawberries, blueberries, and grapes. I'm not sure yet. I may just put it all together. And then I have a box of brownies. Yep, I'm cooking out of a box, nice and simple and easy. I have vanilla ice cream, vanilla and chocolate ice cream in the freezer. And we're gonna do like chocolate brownie sundaes with some syrup and stuff over the top. Maybe some Cool Whip, we'll see. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything washed and cleaned and chopped up. All right, so here are my potatoes, onions, a bunch of herbs. I had herbs in the fridge and stripped them out. And those are all mixed in here with a little bit of olive oil and avocado oil. I just did a little bit of each, and some other dried seasoning like onion, garlic, salt, pepper, all that. So that is in here. It's gonna go on a big baking dish, and right before we head over, I will roast it probably at 450 until it is crispy on the edges and cooked all the way through. All right, I have watermelon I am working on now. I just have an aluminum pan. I'm gonna just put all the fruit together. The other fruit that I had just washed is draining, and then I'll put the peels and the rinds and everything I don't need in here to take to the chickens. All right, we have a giant pan of fruit. Watermelon's on the bottom. You can't see too much of that, but it was half of one of these. I'm gonna cube the rest of this up and put it in the fridge for Chris and I to have breakfast. There were still some grapes left and blueberries and strawberries, so we'll probably end up having fruit again before Brian goes home. If not, we'll nibble on it until it's gone. Okay, so I have the potatoes and I have some corn on the cob that's already shucked and in a shallow pan with some water inside to go in the oven whenever I do the potatoes. So I have fruit salad, corn on the cob, the potatoes, and I thought, you know, I just need something else. I had thought about making baked beans, but we had that the other night with burgers and dogs, so I'm gonna make an English pea salad. So I went to the pantry in the house and grabbed some cans of peas. I like to do it from frozen peas, steam them, then cool them, and then use them, but I'm not gonna take that much time tonight. So I just grabbed some mayo, some peas. I already had boiled up some eggs or cooked them in the Instant Pot earlier in the week. And then I have some garlic pepper seasoning. This has salt and everything already in it, and some paprika. And I'm just gonna chop these eggs, drain the peas, mix everything together, and have an English pea salad to go along with dinner. All right, English pea salad is done. This is fast, takes me a few minutes. You can hear banging outside. Chris is working on the tailgate on his truck. I have some cheese in her apron on, keeping me occupied while I cook. Stuff for the chickens and dishes I need to wash. So everyone is coming running because they know I have goodies. And it's getting ready to storm. My daughter just called me. She lives to the west of us and about an hour away, and she said, "Mom, rain is coming your way. It's pouring here." So I'm sure these guys will be heading into their coop soon, so I'm gonna go throw them my bowl of scraps that I have. All right, so I just switched Mom's feed out for Chick Starter. So it's the right kind of feed, and she has fresh water, and I lowered everything down so it's not quite so high up. No one can get trapped on the back side of here. So as babies hatch, they will have access to fresh food and water, and no one can get trapped. And I'll just see if she has any more babies under there. Yep, it looks like we have multiple babies coming out. One is coming out of its egg right now. Oh, so cute. Oh. Being born is such hard work. All right, so we have 6 baby chicks, and Mom's very annoyed that I was peeking under her, and there are 3 more that are currently pipping. So I figure by tonight they will have hatched. And I pulled all the eggshells and put them up here because the last time we had some hatch, some of the eggshells that were left in there sealed around one of the other eggs, and the chick couldn't get out. She pipped through and then couldn't get out because she hit another shell and just was too exhausted to try and get through. So as the shells were empty, I just pulled them. So the only thing that should be left under her are unhatched babies right now. So we will see if they all make it. Well, it is 6:30 at night, and there was a change of plans with our group. They decided, I believe, everyone is gonna do their own thing tonight, or they're gonna pick something up or something along those lines. Some people were just super exhausted, and we are just gonna hold off and do the big family dinner tomorrow night. I realized I didn't have a bread, so I went to the pantry and I pulled a couple boxes of corn muffin mix and a can of whole kernel corn, and then I have some sharp cheddar cheese, and I think I'm just gonna make some little mini corn muffin bites, you know, cheddar cheesy corn muffin bites. You mix the cheddar cheese and stuff in the batter, and some whole kernel corn, and it just gives it a little bit of texture and something a little bit different than just plain old corn muffins. So I'm gonna hold off, and I will do that tomorrow so that they're fresh right before we go over. And I'll just keep working around here for now. The guys are outside splitting wood. Usually I do that, but hey, if they want to take it on and do it, no problem, I'll let them. I'm gonna go strip beds and keep on with laundry. All right, camper bed has fresh sheets on it and linens. And if anyone has ever stayed in a camper for very long, you know that it is a pain to change the sheets on the camper bed. So I do this once a week. It kind of gets made throughout the week, but not like it would in the house, because you literally have to climb into the bed to make the bed, and it is a major pain in the butt. So once a week, clean linens and kind of straighten up the little end tables here. Make sure everyone we have fresh water on each side and meds and all that. So, all right, this room is about done. And the camper bathroom is clean. So tiny. I've lived in bigger houses. I've lived in apparently very small houses with the camper, medium-sized houses. I think that larger houses are easier to keep clean than small houses, because every little bit of dirt and mess and clutter shows up in a small house. Give me a big house any day. It's all spread out. No one notices the mess. So, all right, on to the next room. All right, the smoker is cooling off since we're not eating tonight. Chris went ahead and turned it off so that when we warm things up tomorrow, they won't be overcooked. So there's wings, and I think the fan is still running, but the temperature is off. It's not heating anymore. So, and these are all the ribs. He smokes them until he gets enough smoke in them, and then he wraps them up so that they will be super tender and fall off the bone. Well, it is a 8:45. It is raining. We could really, really use the rain. I'm gonna go close all the chickens up since this is the first time that they have been out. I wanna do a head count, make sure everybody is a-okay and accounted for. Take one last look at Mama, make sure the new mom is doing okay in her pen, and collect eggs. All right, we are out at the teenager's pen. Let's see how many are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One down in the bucket, 12, 13, 14, 15, and Mom. Okay, everybody is in here. Still plenty of food and water. Let's see if there's an egg for Mom. Nope, I bet she laid over in the other pen. All right, I see Mom in here. Just want to check to see if she had any more babies and that they are a-okay. So I'm gonna take her lid off and check her. All right, unfortunately, one did not make it. Not sure why. There's still one egg. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would have been number 10. All right, we will get rid of this poor baby. That's a shame, but it happens. And get these eggs out of here, and hopefully this last egg is going to hatch. All right, Mama, go on. All right, Mom has covered everybody up, so let us collect the eggs. Oh, I just cracked that one. And it landed in my shirt. Lovely. Okay. Muggsy, you like the rain, buddy? All right, let's head back. So if you're curious, I just thought you might want to see what we were doing today. These are the stacks. Chris has them far enough from the fence that we can get the tractor on the back side and be able to just pick them up with the forks and move them as needed. The rest of the pallets, I think he said we need 16, I think, more pallets. We want to do more of them like this, flat, and then we can take and stack the ones that are kind of jumbled on top. Like this. The ones that we could move the whole pallet intact, we did. Not that it's not gonna rot away, but at least it was on there and we didn't have to restack them all. So, and there's more of them back here. Some of them, the pallets just busted apart and it's just a mess, but some of them we were able to, you know, to restack. Super neat. We are going to be doing a metal run this week, so we were separating a bunch of the metal and stuff on the back of the property. These washer drums I was using in the garden. They were great for growing potatoes, sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. Absolutely love doing that, but I think Chris is going to keep a couple of them, and the rest he's going to put in the metal pile. And because we're going to go to all raised beds, all the same kind, so that there's some sort of a neat uniform look. And I also used refrigerators and freezers to grow in, and those are out here. Those are going to go in the metal pile. And then this big scaffolding set is when we do work on the boat to be able to split the hull. Chris wants to rebuild the transom or something, and he wants to split and redo the floors and everything. So that is all there. And if I can navigate my way around all of these trailers and everything that is out here, and the boat, and head back up. Muggsy loves this kind of weather. So I thought I would just show you one of the things that I do. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. I don't love this design for an egg holder. I much prefer just using my bowls and you know, just rotating my bowls. But because of space in here, I elected to use this because my bowls just literally took up a whole section of my countertop. So by doing it like this, I have a clothespin right here. You could use anything, but I know that these are my oldest ones, so I'm working off this level. And when this level is used, I'll just keep rotating levels through. So I always know which level I'm working on currently and which is my oldest, so that I don't leave one level and forget which level I'm currently eating off of, and just keep cycling and rotating. So it is a little after 9. Everybody has pretty much gone home except for one of Chris's brothers, and they decided just to have leftover pizza. We had gone out as a family yesterday, and we ended up having probably the equivalent of like 2 pizzas left over. So we had warmed it up for lunch and eaten a bunch of it at lunch, and there was some left over. So they decided they just were gonna have more pizza for dinner. Not exactly the healthiest, but they've been working pretty hard all day. I decided to come in and make a super healthy peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Grabbed a chunk of cheddar and some of the grapes that I had washed. And I'm gonna do a little work in my planner, and then probably couple more loads of laundry, get a shower, and go to bed. Super eventful, super thrilling day, I know. So it is midday, and I came out to check on mom and babies, and it appears that she abandoned the last egg. It either wasn't fertile or it was not gonna hatch, so she has abandoned it, but it looks like everybody else is doing pretty good. We're gonna check on them and see. I see little heads peeking out down there. Thought while I was out in the chicken run, I would come and check on the grapes and see how they are doing. This is just a wild grape that has started growing back here, and they actually have little fruit on them this year. So we'll see if it all is gonna just die off, or we actually end up with fruit. So there's a lot of it. It's from here all the way down this whole back fence and down part of the chicken run fence. So we'll see what ends up happening with it. I'd love it if we had some fruit, some grapes. I like to make juice with it, and some jelly, but it's also great to feed to the chickens. They really, really like it. Whenever I have made juice and had leftover grapes, they love them. We have some volunteer, I believe this is pumpkins, out here. I had fed the chickens a bunch of pumpkins that we had left over, and just had chopped them up and put them out here. It's good for them. The seeds are good natural dewormers. So, and these popped up, and I'm just letting them go. And so far, the chickens aren't messing with them too much. Of course they are some, but not too much. There's actually flowers, and we'll see what ends up happening. I think these are pumpkins, just because that's what has been out here, quite a bit of them. So we'll see what develops. Well guys, it is about 2:30 in the afternoon. I have another basket of laundry sitting here waiting on me to fold, but I sat down and was working on just our list. We're gonna go camping maybe next weekend. You know, just depends on the weather and how Chris is feeling. So I'm just working out what we're gonna have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then this has sides, but I'm just putting down snacks. Usually I make most everything from scratch, and you know, all the cookies, all of the everything, but this year, or this trip, I think I'm gonna make it a little easier on myself and buy some of it. So I've just been sitting here and putting my grocery order together of what I need for the house and extras for camp. Again, this is not going to be a keto weekend, so there's going to be some, you know, happy food included in there, like, you know, chocolate pie and cookies and things like that. So I'm just working on that, working on the laundry. Need to wash up breakfast dishes still, and then I'm going to go ahead and make up my batter for my corn muffin bites in just a minute, because everybody is heading back this way. Chris and his brothers all went to go help out a friend out at his farm for a few hours, and they're on their way back. So I'm going to go ahead and get that knocked out so I can get it all baked. I forgot to film this whenever I was putting it together, but this is 2 boxes of the corn muffin mix, and then I seasoned it really well with like garlic, onion, pepper, just seasoning. Threw in some sour cream, a couple of eggs, some milk, and sharp cheddar cheese, and mixed it all together. And then I just put it in these little mini muffin tins. And so this is going to be our bread to go along with dinner tonight. The ribs and the chicken are heating in the oven, the potatoes are heating, and the corn is heating. So once all that is ready to go, we plan on heading to dinner about 5, and we'll have everything ready to go. Today is kind of an uneventful day. It is really hot, really humid outside, like ridiculously so. You go outside and it just sucks your breath away. So no one really wants to work in this weather. It's Sunday, so we're just doing some more inside stuff, and we're just gonna hang out with family in town and not kill ourselves out in this heat. Oh, and I saved these like to-go boxes. I baked these brownies yesterday, and so I needed one more aluminum pan, and instead of leaving them in the aluminum pan, I did end up washing. I ended up washing that aluminum pan, giving it to Chris, and he has chicken wings in it, baking in the oven to cook the rest of the way. So these guys are just in a to-go container that normally we would just throw away, but I just washed them out and kept it, and that is what I'm taking the brownies over to do our little brownie and ice cream sundaes.